For the last couple hours, I really wanted to think about how I wanted to talk about what happened just a couple nights ago. It's supposed to be a night where people are going to kick back, enjoy a great movie, and an aspect of our fucked up reality was proven that didn't have to be. Lots of people are in pain. Lives were lost. People were injured. And people all over the nation and even the world are kind of mourning over this. You know, and I'm one of those people, like, you know, when something this fucked up happens, you can't help to not only feel sympathy, but feel for the families of those lost. It just goes to show you that literally like that, your life can end unexpectedly, without warning. I, like millions of people, went and saw The Dark Knight Rises. I've got my shirt on. It was a great movie. And when I got out of the movie, you know, I was somber because, you know, the ending wasn't, it was satisfying, that's all I can say. And as soon as I learned what happened when I got home at 6:30 in the morning, because I went to a 3:30 premiere of it instead of a midnight, my heart absolutely fucking sank into the fucking ground. And it was funny because I noticed going into the theater and driving into the parking lot that there were more cops there than what I expected. You know, you'd expect a couple in the front entrance and everything, but they actually had entrances of the parking lot blocked and everything. I was like, that's really strange. Now, of course, the news of what had happened was already about 2 hours old or something like that. So the cops already knew something was up and that they didn't have a story or a general consensus of what was happening. They just knew that something fucked up in Aurora, Colorado happened. And, you know, I noticed that and I just brushed it off like it was nothing. And got home and found out what happened. And like I said, my heart sank. Now, I particularly felt grief over this because I lived in Aurora for around 2 years. I was stationed at Buckley Air Force Base, which is pretty much like that entire town is just built off of Buckley. So it's a military town. And I had lots of military friends there. I had lots of friends that I made while I was going to college. I had lots of Yu-Gi-Oh buddies while I lived there. All of them lived right in downtown, right around Center Point, which is exactly where that Cinema 16 is. And I can still visualize walking through the doors of that damn cinema. It's actually where I saw The Dark Knight for the first time. And it's really fucking interesting that the next in line is when this happens. The event particularly showed something that is extremely fucked up about our reality. And it was talked about by the Joker in The Dark Knight that if a bus full of soldiers is killed, it's all part of the plan, but if you have innocent people killed, then everyone goes up in arms and calls for answers, and they call for names and shit like that, and it's extremely fucked up that is the reality that we live in. And when something like this happens, you either look at it in a couple ways. You look at it as what can be done to prevent this, or how can you yourself get yourself ready just in case this happens to you. The song that's playing behind me is called The Changing Seasons, and it deals with ignorance of life, living your days to the fullest, dealing with death and remorse, and being pissed off and bitter at the world, and then finally coming back full circle and trying to be the best that you can. And this song in the last couple hours has really spoken more volume to me than usual. Instead of looking for answers to how we can prevent this, we seriously just need to look at how we live life. And how we can better live it. Live life to the fullest, because you don't know when your time is going to come. 14 people walked into that theater to have a good time. They bought their ticket, they sat down with their tub of popcorn and their soda. They didn't know that they were going to lose their lives. You never know when it's going to happen to you, because it can happen at any moment. And that line right there, cherish your life while you're still around. If you get anything out of this video, or out of anything that you see or read having to do with this string of events that is unfolding, please take that into consideration. Cherish your life while you're still around. Every life, no matter who you are, it's precious. No innocent blood should be spilled, especially in such a heinous way. But it happened, and we have to deal with it as such. Live your life to the fullest and cherish life. That's all I can say.